Okay, last but not least, Scorpius, the original Scorpion, November 23rd to November 29th. Topaz, number 3, lungs, thyroid, Wednesday, Mercury, Quicksilver, hematite. Keep in mind, that's Gematria, so that's all of them added up and then reduced. I know a lot of you may not understand why the dates are different, but there were original zodiacs before they changed it, okay? And if my neck looks puffy, it's because I put one of those beanbags on. Okay, so let's do this. I pulled one card for the collective for April for the Goddess Oracle, and it's Hera, Alliance number 21, which is 3. All right, let's get you started here. What do we got for Scorpio? I've known a lot of Scorpios in my life. Turns out that the old Scorpio, the new Scorpio is actually, should be most of them Libras, if that makes sense, for the original Libras. That the date changeover and how that all slides over like that, yeah. So a lot of Scorpios, you know, were probably actually originally Libras. Anyways, oscillate, to kiss, to touch, and as curves. Okay, so Scorpios are known for their sexuality, clearly. And there ain't nothing wrong with that, as long as you're playing safe. If you are married, please do the other person a favor and detach from them first before you get into something else. It's just fair for everybody that way. Pervert. To turn from pervert. Okay, to turn from the truth or proper purpose, to corrupt, to misinterpret, to misapply, to pervert one who has been perverted. Okay, so if you're a pervert, that in itself says something. Don't be. If you know somebody that's a pervert, maybe call them out on it and put them in their place. If somebody's being perverted towards you, that could be a sexual innuendo. So that depends how you roll. I'm not judging. So if you pervert a situation, you could be flipping it around due to your own traumas that you've experienced, especially if it's sexually. Like, let's say you're just doing dishes and you get weird ass fucking weird thoughts. Where are those thoughts coming from? Ask yourself. What were you exposed to? Who could be projecting that sort of shit? What are you carrying for other people? I myself have gone into a room and lit it up, and at other times that I interact with another person who's low vibrational frequency, go into a different room and everybody ignores me and pretends I'm not there. I picked up on that person's energy. It's still me, still who I am. I know who I am. I stand strong, but I picked up their resonance. I picked up their vibrational frequency. I kind of took on a little bit of their shit. And there was a lady the other day. I'm going to tell you this. I was in a lineup and I was glowing. Like, I was lit. I wasn't drunk or nothing. I'm completely sober, and I was just waiting in line to write my name down on a piece of paper. And this woman walks over to me and she clearly bumps me purposefully, like shouldered into me. I'm not blind, okay? I may be in my own little world, but I'm not blind. And I just look at her and I'm like, ah, what the fuck? Right? And she's like, oh, sorry. I'm like, I wanted to say, bitch, that was purposeful. Why would you do that? But I already know why. Because even if people aren't awake, even if they're in their karmic state, some people will brush up against you or touch you or want to touch your hair or your face or anywhere on you just to get some of your fucking essence, just to get rub up on you like a lucky charm. You ever have anybody in your family that ever told you to kiss something, or for good luck, or rub it on your bum for good luck, or here, hold this, hold it in your hands and rub it for good luck? Yeah, that's your energy. The elders were not stupid, especially if it was your grandparents saying that to you. Anyways, to smack, to make a sharp noise with lips, to taste, to savor, to make a sharp noise with, to slap, a loud kiss, again with a kiss. Maybe you've had your first kiss with somebody. That's romantic. Oh, just give me a second. I'm going to get into the cards. Okay. A sharp noise to a smart blow. A slap, a slight taste, a smattering, a fishing vessel. Smack is a fishing vessel. What? Okay, so maybe you're coasting along the waters, which would be emotion just fine. Whatever you're feeling, you're doing fine. You got your own boat and everything. I'm going to do an oracle here. An oracle card for Scorpio. I love oracle because now you got my attention. Ooh, sorry. A snake. Competition. Enemy. Clever. Malicious. Look over your shoulder. Did I not just look over my shoulder? And the other woman. Ooh. I'm not going to say much about that. Again, with the third party thing. At the end of the deck. Coffin. Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, and transition. I believe I was just saying if you're in a relationship, please end it. Be responsible. If it's not working, that's fine. It doesn't have to be messy. It doesn't have to be gross. It doesn't have to be mean. What's mean is doing the whole triangle thing, especially if your partner has no idea. But most of the time in a marriage, the other party, like your person, will know. Even if they'll pick up on something, unless they're completely clueless. Excuse me, unless they're completely clueless and they're in a full karmic state, which in my opinion is brainwashing, and they're just groomed to be there. I know that sounds fucked up, but yeah, just do them a favor. If you're in competition with somebody, but you already kissed them, you already kissed the person, then I guess you win. I guess you win. And yeah. It's a mistress. What is the male version of mistress? Male mistress? I don't know. Anyway. Oh, one more for that one. Karmic relationship. Feeling triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go, and loving you. Okay. I don't need to say much more for that. Okay, what else can we get here? The first thing that comes out is die. Okay. To cease to live, to expire, to sink gradually, to vanish. Sink gradually. Okay. So maybe the boat that you're in could be sinking. Do you go down with the ship? Or do you abandon the ship? Or do you have somebody come rescue you with another vessel? Or do you run, choose to vanish? Or do you find a game plan to make sure everybody on that fucking boat gets out alive and you all go your peaceful, merry fucking little ways? Ship. A vessel of some size adapted to navigation, 3-masted square-rigged vessels, shipping, shipped, to put on board, for some reason I got Amazon package, to put on board of ship, to transport in a ship, to hire for service in a ship, to fix in this place, to engage for service on a ship, to embark. If somebody else's packages is coming to your house, but it's your address, that's weird. Etch. To produce designs on a copper or other plate by lines drawn through a thin coating and then eaten into the plate by a strong acid. To draw finely in ink, to practice etching. To draw finely in ink, that could be writing up a document, signing a paper. Yeah. Your ass. That's rude. Page of Cups in reverse. That whole idea of not knowing. That little goldfish in the cup in reverse. That whole idea of not knowing what the F is going on, eh? Page of Cups. Inclination. Deviation, susceptibility, temporary distraction, a seduction, a flatterer. Okay, so that can go either way. It could be a positive thing or it could be a negative thing. If your partner is catching on to what you're doing, or if you're catching on to what they're doing, somebody could be seducing them. But honestly, the whole idea of seduction, yes, a person can come up to you and start trying to seduce you, man or woman. But ultimately, what you do is up to you. Let's get a snap out of that. Let's get a past life thing here. For Scorpius, past life. This one comes through thick. Wars and battles. You know, some say that the battle between man and woman is an actual thing. I truly do believe that, especially spiritually, because the duality of life is yin and yang, masculine, feminine, light, dark, cold, hot, and all the other opposites there. So masculine and feminine, I mean, maybe it's battle within yourself and it's manifesting outwards in your current situation, your scenarios. Maybe it's battle with other people and you just really gotta, maybe underestimated some people. Some people that are good at swimming. Angels. What's on the bottom of the deck? Scribe or writer. Maybe there's something you need to write down. Maybe you need to request something. Ask for something. Even if you don't believe in angels, you can ask for yourself. Ask your higher self. Even if you don't believe in your higher self, well, that's a fucking problem because you should believe in your higher self. I believe in you. I believe in your higher self. I believe you can accomplish anything you put your mind to, and that requires you to have belief in yourself. So ask your fucking higher self. Whatever you need. Why not? Is it gonna hurt any? Or just write it down. If you want to leave, leave. If you want to stay, stay. It's a karmic relationship. It's probably just gonna cost you more. The more you have to pay. That rhymed. Girl talk. Yes. In the bubble it says Hello Kitty. I never noticed that. Yeah. And she's sitting on one of those ottoman things, the big ones. You know, they make some of them they make into a chair. It's like flat here. It's like a little mini sofa, and then it goes up like this, and it's decorated like a giant shoe, but it's a chair. I don't know how that's significant. Time with friends, moving on, happy single, live in the moment, having fun. Yeah. I think you owe it to yourself to do that. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. A gopher. The name given in America to several burrowing animals. Okay, now either you have gopher problems, or it's that saying you're a gopher. So everything that you're everything you're asked to do or expected to do, you go for. So you go for this, you go for that. Basically, you're a gopher. I don't know if that makes sense to you, if you ever heard that term. Or you could just be digging and hiding shit, or you could be digging into personal information and finding out shit. Sciatica. Neuralgia or inflammation of the sciatic nerve or great nerve of the thigh. Okay, so you do know there's lower back exercises. A lot of people that are really, really tall have issues with their lower back. When it comes to the spiritual aspect of it, a lot of people with lower back issues, actually I'll walk you over to see that thing right now, have an issue with standing up for themselves, having like a spine. King of Clubs. You're all about the ding-a-ling, but how can you be if your back's out of service? Scorpio. You can't have a good game if you can't even can't get out of bed. Okay. See here? I don't know if you could see it. I'm going to read it off. So let's say the lower area here. Sciatica's down here, right? Let's see. Okay. Lower back, so L2 to L5. Lower back pain, groin pains, weakness in legs, cramping, poor circulation in legs, numbness in legs and feet, childhood growing pains, leg pains, gas pains, constipation, certain types of impotence, infertility, bedwetting in children, abdominal cramps, fatigue, when standing, cold feet, menstrual cramps, bladder and prostate difficulties, sciatic pain in leg, and an ankle swelling, varicose veins, urinary difficulties, fatigue and leg weakness, spine curvature, scoliosis, too frequent urination, knee pains, hemorrhoid pain, hip pain, ulcerative bowel conditions. And then the one just above it, so that was this one. They've got it in yellow, and this one's in red. That's T10 to L1. And that's urinary problems, constipation, ulcerative intestinal conditions, sciatic colon, lazy colon, adrenal troubles, appendicitis, like pain, abdominal bloating and pain, gas pain, frequent sighing, diarrhea, fluid retention, allergies, fatigue, and mild back pain. All in all, I am not a doctor, okay? What I just read off to you came from a chiropractic center. And so whatever it is that's plaguing you right now, whether it be spiritual, emotional, or physical, is something to take a look into, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you are whatever. Not taking care of the situation is a problem. So if you have emotional things that are causing you turmoil, it may very well manifest into the 3D, which is in the form of pain. Dismantle, to strip, to divest, to unrig, to deprive or strip as military equipment or defenses, to break down. For some reason, stumbling your words. I don't know if you know what the devil's shoestring is. Okay? But what happens is you're supposed to carry this, I think it's root or part of a shrub or something. It's devil's shoestring. And I learned this from my grandmother. Okay? She told me to carry some around with me. And it's supposed to trip up the devil. And those that believe in the devil, or those that don't believe in the devil and believe in negative energies, meaning like an energy that's not resolved, a darker force, whatever you want to call it, it's meant to trip that up. So let's say you have light and dark within yourself, okay? And then somebody comes along and they're not being 100% honest with you, or they have an attachment to them, or somebody's projecting energy onto them. Usually they'll stumble over their words, they can't speak, especially if they've got somebody placing spell work on their throat chakra or something like that, or the whole idea of cat's got your tongue or whatever. There's some times when I'm doing readings and I'm fluent, which I normally am. That's my normalcy. That's like the medium, my baseline, whatever you want to call it. I have no problem reading from a book. I have no problem giving a reading. I have no problem reading energies. I'm very fluent, and for the most part, I articulate what the fuck I want to say. But there's other times where I do readings and I tap into certain energies, and it's almost like a devil's shoestring. It's almost like I start tripping over my words. I start, when I tap into a certain person's energy, it's almost like a giveaway. It's almost like not that I'm being false or saying what it is for the message that's false, like trying to give you any bad advice or anything. That wouldn't benefit me at all. In fact, that's negative karma. That wouldn't be doing me any justice. There's no point in it, and it would be like punching myself in the face, okay? But to tap into somebody else's energy that it may be doing wrong, it's literally like a glare. It's literally like a giveaway. It lets me know Anyways, I don't know if that makes sense to you. Okay, so I'll pull one more card here. And if you want to look that up, you can buy it online. I think I bought it through the, what was it called? The Witchery or something like that. They gave me a package of it. I'm sure you can buy it on whatever, Amazon or something. Just like a little, where did I put all my pieces? I'll show you in a minute. I actually tried to get a person to hold on to a piece when I was having a conversation with them. 2 different people. The first person, I was like, here, hold this. And she took it. She's like, okay. She holds it in her hand. She's like playing around with it as she's talking to me. Absolutely good. No problem. And then I explained to her what it was. She's like, oh, cool, right? That's somebody that's not guilty. And then there's another person. Their demons kicked in right off the bat. I was like, here, hold this. She's like, what is it? And I put it in her hand, and then she put it on the ground. She's like, no, I don't want it. I'm like, why not? It's just a piece of stick, like a twig or whatever. And she's like, no, I don't want to hold on to it. I was like, okay. That was interesting. Play around with that. See how other people react. It could just be like a whole idea of a trust issue. But at the same time, it's just, I'll show you what it looks like. There's nothing to really fear. Okay, that says enough. Scorpio, whatever you're going through, I'm sorry. Hopefully that's good enough. Oh yeah, I'll show you that piece. 21 minutes. No, don't make it too long. Okay. This is what it looks like. Oh God. Bring it under the light. It literally just looks like a little twig. Okay. Maybe I'll put it down. Okay, and it comes in a package, and there's a bunch of them. But it's a specific, I don't know if it's a vine or a root. Not dropping it. Anyways, hopefully that helps.